Nuno Espirito Santo is the new head coach of West Ham United, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how he could set up West Ham going forwards into the future. We're going to be taking a look at his tactics, his defensive and attacking protocols, and we're going to be taking a look at his possible team selection to take West Ham to that next level. Nuno is expected to bring a pragmatic yet effective style of football to the London Stadium. Generally, he likes to opt for the 4-2-3-1, sometimes utilising a back three when playing against tougher opposition, but generally the use of a 4-2-3-1 is where he normally goes to. It's through the progression of the wide areas that really allows for this side to go forwards, isolating wide areas using technical, high-paced wingers to be able to beat their men and then go forwards and take that space, but only with the support structure of those two fullbacks looking to help them go forwards. But it's also the use of their central attacking midfielder that really does gel and blend everything together, having him move and rotate into pockets of space to help facilitate that progression of the ball, whether it be down the left hand side or the right hand side. It's once this happens that crosses are then able to come into the box for the main central striker, utilizing high quality moments and high quality chance creation to then get those opportunities. It's from that point that midfield trio, those two defensive midfielders and the attacking midfielder, blend together and create dynamic looks to be able to move the ball forwards and then create those situations. Here we've got a really good example here. You can see Morgan Gibbs-White just on the edge of the box. Anthony Elanga is crossing the ball in for Chris Wood, who's currently at the back post. This is supported by Ola Aina for Nottingham Forest out on this right hand side, and this is something that I can really see West Ham doing and really working quite well into their game. It's just a simple example, but it's one that really showcases the way that this Nuno side moves forwards and looks to attack. But defensively is possibly where Nuno's tactics are at their best. The way he is able to shut out space and then control a certain area of the pitch is absolutely fantastic, and he did this pretty brilliantly with his previous side, Nottingham Forest. What they generally tend to do is isolate that central zone, make sure it is theirs, and they do this by narrowing the pitch and narrowing their team to such a degree that it prevents those pockets of space from really being exploited. And utilising this 4-4-2 formation, moving those wingers really narrow, close to their fullbacks for those double-ups, and then dropping those two attackers to make a really nice condensed shape, really prevents teams from moving through the centre of the pitch. This obviously isolates zones out on both the left and right hand channel, but it keeps it as far away from that dangerous central zone that they really want to protect. And I've got a really good example for you guys to see right here. Look at this Nottingham Forest side. So you've got that 4-4-2 in operation. You've got Morgan Gibbs-White looking to pressurise Ryan Gravenberch just at the bottom of your screen. This is against Liverpool in one of the games that Nottingham Forest did so very well, winning this game by 1-0. It was absolutely fantastic, a brilliant defensive display, but it was due to the condensing of that space. Look how narrow they are, leaving that space out wide, but making sure that the central areas are really tightly packed and really condensed. This prevented Liverpool from being able to play through the centre of Nottingham Forest, and then what you're looking to do is move on towards that counter-attack. Nottingham Forest were one of the best counter-attacking teams in the league last year. They were absolutely phenomenal, and that's because of their high-paced wingers on both the left and right channel. Anthony Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi were absolutely sensational, using that space out wide, making those movements, making those runs, and then looking to get towards that penalty area, getting the ball into the likes of Chris Wood. Really, really good. And you can see a really good example here, a 3v3 that has been created due to that counter-attacking nature that Nuno really likes to isolate, he really likes to utilise. Look at the space in behind this Liverpool defence, and look at the way that they're progressing forwards. You've got Callum Hudson-Odoi on this near side, you've got Anthony Elanga on that far side, and Morgan Gibbs-White looking to drive through the heart of this Liverpool defence. It's isolating and creating these scenarios. That's what Nuno is so good at, and in this West Ham side, I can see him doing exactly the same. So taking what we've learned and understanding what Nuno really wants from his side in terms of both their defensive protocols and their attacking protocols, how could this West Ham side line up under Nuno Espirito Santo? Well, what do we really know? We know that he likes a compact, narrow defense, especially when he's utilizing the entire squad. This requires high-profile, big centre-backs that have the ability to win the ball, not only on the ground, but also aerially. This is in combination with a really good goalkeeper. And that's why I've gone for Hermansen, who I know has had a tough time so far, but I still think there's a really good shot-saving keeper there. You've got Max Kilman and you've got Todibo. A partnership I think could really flourish here. Todibo being okay on the ball and Max Kilman having that physical prowess and reading of the game. I think they could strike up something pretty good, especially if you're dropping that high line back just a touch, leaving that space in behind and allowing these West Ham players to absorb that pressure. You've also got high-paced wing-backs who look to go forwards. While Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not necessarily the best at going forwards, he can make supportive runs, and you know that he's one of the best 1v1 defenders in the Premier League. Diouf I've been incredibly impressed with since he's arrived at West Ham. His energy, pace and dynamism can really help West Ham flourish forwards in those wide areas. Then looking towards the centre of the pitch, arguably the most important part of this West Ham side. How do they get some kind of legs into that aging midfield, but at the same time making sure they have enough experience to be able to deal with those high pressure moments? I've gone for a blend, and I think Rodriguez and Potts should come into the side. I think the way that Potts has his energy, his drive, can really push this West Ham side on, and I think Rodriguez, with that lowering of that defensive line that I mentioned, will allow him just to have a little bit more time, a little bit more space, and do what he does best, which is really looking to stop those progressive attacks from the opposition. Looking forwards, then you're looking towards your high-pace attacking wingers, isolating both the left-hand side and right-hand side. This requires pace, it requires dynamism, and it requires high technical ability. That's why I've gone from Somerville and Bowen, two of the most creative players in this West Ham side. Somerville is extremely good at 1v1s, and we know what quality Jarrod Bowen has, but it all needs to be linked together, utilising Paquetá. With his central attacking midfield role, I think he'll be able to link with the rest of his team and then blend all of this together. Of course, this isn't going to be without their main striker, and I think Füllkrug could be the backbone to this real West Ham attacking outlet and allow them to really blend everything together. This is the team that I think could really flourish under Nuno and look to really start to set some things alight. But of course, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you make of Nuno joining West Ham, and how do you think he could impact the side going forwards? I'd love to hear from you, so please do get involved. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something new, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, my friends, take care.